Yes, people, welcome back to the Red Zone. I'm AJ, and this is all your Manchester United sports, entertainment, and news updates. This is your match reaction video for last night's Europa League last 16 second leg tie between Manchester United and Real Betis. It finished Real Betis 0, Manchester United 1, clean sweep again, and we progressed to the quarterfinals. So we're going to get into it a bit, talk about the performances, talk about the result, what it means. Also look forward to what we've got coming next. So let's get into it. Yeah, what do you say? You know yourself how hard it is to go to Spain. It doesn't matter what team you're playing in Spain. It's always hard to go there and get a result, albeit a draw. It's even harder to go there and get a win, and to go there and get a win with a clean sheet. It's only positive news, you know what I mean? It only speaks volumes for the players, for Ten Hag, and how they're approaching these games as they're coming thick and fast. Yeah, pretty workman-like performance, do you know what I'm saying? Not too much pressure, not too many chances. We didn't really give up too many chances. We just got the job done, basically, and that's all you needed to do. 4-1 up from the first leg. Like I said in the previous video, do you know what I mean? The job's basically done. But obviously, in football, anything can happen. And the same thing was said with the Southampton game. I said I pretty much thought we were going to go there, smash and grab, just destroy them, take the points. But it didn't work out like that. So anything can happen. But yeah, pretty much dealt with Real Betis, what they had to offer. I mean, the huffed and the puffed. They had a couple of chances. De Gea had to make a couple of saves. But nothing much more than that, really. Do you know what I mean? The defence played well. Well, apart from Harry Maguire, obviously he got done for pace a couple of times. I'm pretty sure that the two chances I said they had were because of Maguire's pace, but the rest of the defence, AWB, Licha, Malacia, they all played really well. They shut it out, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? Didn't really give too much away. The recovery work was good. The positioning was good. And they all worked as a unit, do you know what I'm saying? They just had to drop that little bit deeper because they had the tank in defence as well as they would have had Varane in defence any other time, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was pretty much the whole game was like that, do you know what I'm saying? Palestri hit the post with his scuff shot in the box. Weghorst probably could have got on the end of it as well, but we all know what's going on with Weghorst at the minute. But nothing really happened, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Rashford obviously missed a sitter, but some people will say that it bobbled on the pitch. But regardless of that, it was a great chance to take the lead. But again, the mentality monster, what's becoming Marcus Rashford, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't let his head drop, doesn't let the missed chance rule the rest of the game for him, comes back straight away after and rifles one 30 plus yards, bottom corner. It was a worldie, if we're being honest, you know what I'm saying? If Messi or Ronaldo would have done that, you'd be screaming on them. Mbappe, so why not when it's Rashford? Do you know what I mean? The guy's a monster. 30 goals, or he's gone past 30 goals in the season. Who would have thought that? I wouldn't have thought that. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to tell it how it is. When someone's playing shit, they're playing shit. And I've said it many a times. And when they're playing good, they get the praise. 18 months ago, this guy was shocking. But we all know that certain mental things was coming into play then. But his performances on the pitch were shocking. So to see where he is now, and you have to big up Ten Hag for that and the rest of the coaching staff, it's remarkable. Do you know what I'm saying? And long may it continue, because realistically, he's the best in the world right now. I don't want to hear no other talk. He's the best in the world right now at what he's doing. Whether he can have the longevity of doing that, that's yet to be seen. Do you know what I'm saying? But right now, right this minute, he's the best in the world. Yeah, it was like I say, workman performances all over. Fred, Casemiro, you didn't really see them do too much, but they did enough. Do you know what I'm saying? They just controlled the midfield, didn't really get caught out too many times, and it was just ticking over. You know what I'm saying? Playing the game out, that's what we had to do, especially after the goal. Bruno, again, nothing special, but he was around, he was buzzing. he was involved in bits. Do you know what I'm saying? He was making sure his presence was felt. David De Gea, like we said, couple good saves, so you have to rate him for that. The other player we'll touch on is Weghorst. Yeah, we all love Weghorst for what he does, the work he puts in, the pressing game, the way that he gets the other players on it as well, the desire. You saw how much the goal at Old Trafford meant to him. You love that about him, but as a number 9 for United, we need more. I thought he would have been a bigger presence in the air with heading capabilities, whether that be defensive or offensive. And it doesn't really seem like that's his game. Also, the hold-up play, the ball don't really stick to him too much. You'll see him drop back and pop off a 1-2 or thread a ball through or something, but you don't really see him managing a defender and holding it up. And we need that as a Man United number 9, and we need the goals. He's missing too many chances. But we do see the positives that he brings, and that's obviously why Ten Hag's got him in there. Plus the fact that Martial just is never fit. So we roll with him and we appreciate what he does, but honestly, we need more, and we need more next season, especially in the number 9 role. What else have we got on here? Yeah, we'll quickly touch on Rashford again, because I was watching the game with V, and there was a point in the game where he said that Rashford's kind of fell off the last few games. Do you know what I'm saying? And to be fair, I had to say to him, like, I understand where he's coming from, because you know what? In a 90-minute game, Rashford's kind of become a bit more quieter the last few games. But it's like I said to him, and this was just before the goal, I said, if you see the type of player he's turning into, it's not that guy no more where he's 90 minutes involved. Do you know what I'm saying? He's tackling, he's running back, he's doing this and that. He's turning into a wing stat padder, albeit like a Ronaldo, something like that, when he was started to become that stat padder for us just before he left to go to Real Madrid. He's not involved in everything in the game, but what he does, he'll get a goal, he'll get an assist, he'll get a couple of goals, he'll do something. And that's what Rashford, for me personally, that's what he seems to be turning into. Do you know what I'm saying? You might not see him involved all the time, but that one chance he's getting through with his pace, or the 30-yard shot like he did yesterday, is a stat padder. And this is what I said to V, and then literally 5 minutes later he does that. So it's one of them, do you know what I mean? As long as he keeps the stats going, it's all good. But yeah, like I say, overall the game, they huffed and puffed, but they didn't really have anything. And for them they would have needed 4 goals. It just weren't going to happen. Do you know what I mean? We weren't going to let up that much. Ten Hag made the right substitutions in the game as well, prevented obviously the suspensions for the quarterfinals. Also could rest a couple of players ahead of Sunday's game, so that's always a bonus. Palestri got 90 minutes. I'm glad that he got 90 minutes, you know, because he needed that experience. He needed to know that he's going to get game time, and you don't play 90 minutes in a European game if you're not wanted. Do you know what I'm saying? And he did well. He was involved. He was energetic, lively, and that's what he does. So we hope to see more game time from him. Do you know what I mean? Especially with all the games we've got coming up. We're going to need him. We're going to need bodies. Do you know what I mean? We need Martial back. Obviously he's back in training, but we need him back on the pitch. We need everybody we can get, because we're fighting and we're still there. We're in quarterfinals, left, right and centre. The battle for the top 4 is still going, so we need everybody, and we need every able body. Yeah, so that's about that for the game. Let us know what you thought of the game. Let us know what you thought of the individual performances in the comments as well. But we normally do leave the video until the day after, give ourselves some breathing time, some thinking time. But doing it this way this time was a bonus as well, because obviously you had the draw for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, which obviously gives you the route to the final. So obviously we move on after that, 5-1, dominant. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what team's coming from Spain, we seem to be dealing with them, and hopefully that can continue, because the quarterfinal draw has thrown up a bit of a monster. 6-time winners Sevilla seem to know how to always get the job done. and if we manage to get through them, we will face either Juventus or Sporting Lisbon. And obviously, you know, Juventus is a monster Italian team, hard to break down. We saw what Sporting did to Arsenal. So the route to the final is pretty stacked for us, but first we have to get past Sevilla. First leg in Manchester, then obviously we go back out to Spain again. But we take positives from how we're playing and how Ten Hag sees games and can manage games, you know what I mean? And we've got to go there positive, really. If you look at them in the league, they're not really doing the greatest that they've ever been doing. So it's pretty much time to play them, especially with how teams are fearing us at the minute. We beat Barcelona, we beat Real Betis, who are fifth in the Liga. So why not go and win both legs against Sevilla and get through to the semi-finals? Yeah, so we see. How do you think we're going to get on, actually? Let us know some early predictions, you know what I mean? Do you think we're going to go all the way? If not, what do you think is going to hold us back? Is it going to be the lack of bodies, the lack of signings, just fatigue, or just come up against a better team? Because realistically, I only think now Arsenal are out. Obviously, you're always worried about playing a domestic team. But apart from that, I was thinking Sevilla are the only other team because they know how to get it done. So if we get past them, it's got to be positive. But the next game for United is Sunday, another quarter-final against Fulham. FA Cup time, and this one is at home. So we roll and we keep moving, and this is how the team has to see it. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to be sitting at home thinking, oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda? No, it might be tiring. Fatigue might be setting in, but we keep fighting. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be in all these competitions than in none, like Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy your 7-Up Cup win, but you're in the fight for nothing. We've already got a trophy in the bag, and we're still fighting on 2 trophy fronts and a top 4 front. So, yeah, that's the sort of mentality I want to see from the players going forward. Yeah, before we go, we will read a comment. This one was sent over from Instagram, from Alec Lee Byrne. But you know what? I forgot to save it from the story, you know, that we put up. But I can remember the hero there, what it was. It was, do I think we're going to win either the Europa League or it was the FA Cup? I just can't remember which one. So you know what? I'll answer both of them for you. Like I say, a lot of it's going to come into play because of the amount of games we're playing in such a short space of time, the lack of bodies, the lack of experienced bodies. So it's going to be difficult, do you know what I mean? I think the Europa League one would be trickier. It'd be nicer to win because it's a European Cup and guaranteed Champions League. I think that one's a bit trickier to get to, but do I think we can win it? Yeah. Do I think we will win it? I'm 60%, 60-70% for that one. FA Cup, we can win that, and we can make it a double. And if Ten Hag gets a double in his first season, you're just going to have to praise the man, and hopefully we get that parade and we'll all be in Manchester celebrating together. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, thanks Alec for your comment. Appreciate the interaction. Keep them coming. Yeah, so that's about that for this video, guys. Don't forget to give us a like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on your notification bell for so you know when we've uploaded our latest video. Also go and follow us on Instagram. That's at the bottom of the screen now, and the link is in the video description. Pure daily content on there. And I want to say thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.